Shortly after the opening of Tokyo Disneyland in 1983, the Oriental Land Company began looking into plans for the future development of the first Disney park built outside the United States. Besides plans to create new facilities and attractions at the park, the company started exploring the idea of creating a second theme park. With help from Disney Imagineers, Oriental Land would go on to create a completely different experience from Tokyo Disneyland, a brand new theme park that many consider being the best Disney park in the world. This is theme park destination Tokyo DisneySea. The story of the park that puts guests into the vast sea of excitement begins in Anaheim, California on January 22, 1988. After failed attempts in previous years, the Walt Disney Company acquired the Rather Corporation for $152.3 million, which was most famously known for building and operating the Disneyland Hotel, located right across the street from the happiest place on Earth. Besides sole ownership of the hotel, the deal gave Disney control of the leases to the Spruce Goose and Queen Mary attractions located in Long Beach, California. With the acquisition of these new properties, now totaling 84 acres in Anaheim and 55 acres with an option to develop an additional 256 acres of ocean in Long Beach, Disney President and CEO Michael Eisner saw this as not just one, but two opportunities to create a brand new theme park in each city. As part of his plans for the Disney decade, Eisner announced in January 1990 that a new $1 billion theme park would be built in either Long Beach or Anaheim, adding the company's decision on where to build would be heavily influenced by which community wanted it more. Imagineers had begun work on concepts for both competing projects months before Eisner made the announcement, and on July 31st, 1990, Disney pulled back the curtain to the public to reveal what they had planned for Long Beach. Port Disney would be a 443-acre Disney property featuring a marina, a cruise ship port, expanded specialty retail and entertainment, and 5 resort hotels. The centerpiece of the property would be a nautical-themed park called DisneySea, touted as a place where anyone would be able to experience the marvels of nature's secret world beneath the sea and gain first-hand experience on how the oceans affect human life as well as the life of the planet. The park would feature a mix of educational components as well as rides and attractions. The billion-dollar park would have a 2-story aquarium allowing guests to experience recreations of marine habitats through interactive displays and guest participation, similar to Epcot's The Living Seas Pavilion. Aquatic-themed lands named Mysterious Island and Heroes Harbor, featuring attractions inspired by the adventures of Captain Nemo, Ulysses, and Sinbad, and the Queen Mary relocated 700 feet to become the park's icon. While it was an ambitious attempt to create a truly unique theme park experience, any plans to build Port Disney and DisneySea were dropped in December 1991, due in part to local opposition from the Long Beach community, local businesses, and the uncertainty of building on land that Disney was leasing and didn't outright own. With the Port Disney project as good as dead after Disney ended its leases on the Queen Mary and Spruce Goose attractions in 1992, the concept of a theme park inspired by nautical exploration was alive and well across the Pacific Ocean. Following the successful grand opening of Tokyo Disneyland in 1983, the Oriental Land Company, who owns the park and licenses the Magic Kingdom theme, reached out to Disney in 1987 to conduct a joint research project on what the public reception would be towards the addition of a second theme park. Due to overwhelmingly positive feedback, it was announced at the 5th anniversary press conference in 1988 plans for a second theme park to be built right next door to Tokyo Tokyo Disneyland. When deciding upon its theme, Disney initially pitched the idea of creating a second theme park similar to the then under development Disney MGM Studios at Walt Disney World to be called Disney Hollywood Studio Theme Park. However, the concept would be dropped in 1991 as Oriental Land felt the park inspired by American show business wouldn't translate well with Japanese culture. Imagineers would eventually present the DisneySea concept from Long Beach, revising the park's theme to focus on the idea of the seven seas. Oriental Land loved the idea of a sea-themed group of attractions, drawing on an appeal to the Japanese and their cultural history with the ocean. Oriental Land and Disney would agree on a contract to build the new theme park on May 26, 1996, and on November 26, 1997, Tokyo DisneySea was officially revealed to the public. Groundbreaking for DisneySea took place on October 22, 1998, with Michael Eisner and President Toshio Kagami of Oriental Land in attendance. When planning and developing the new park, Oriental Land and Imagineers wanted to create an experience that was completely different than what Tokyo Disneyland offered. To achieve this, the park would consist of all original attractions seen nowhere else in the world, made possible due to Oriental Land agreeing to a budget of 335 billion yen, or $3 billion. Besides offering unique, one-of-a-kind attractions that couldn't be found at other Disney parks, DisneySea would feature highly detailed areas, each one having their own distinctive theming and narrative to explain what they were. After almost 3 years of construction, the 176-acre Tokyo DisneySea would officially open on September 4, 2001, 13 years after the idea for a second theme park was first announced. In conjunction with the opening of its second park, Oriental Land would open Tokyo DisneySea Hotel Miracosta, the resort's second hotel, the very same day. A full-scale reproduction of the various buildings of Portofino and Venice ports. It's the only hotel in the world that is entirely placed inside a Disney theme park. So since we've talked about its history, let's take a look at what Tokyo DisneySea has to offer.
Did we hear Tokyo DisneySea? We love that park.
Hey, Fastpass Facts, you love the park too? What is this, a crossover episode? I just finished talking about its history and was about to take a tour of each port and their attractions.
Awesome! Do you mind if we take the lead and talk about that park?
Not at all. The more the merrier, I say. Let's set sail to the park.
Located within the Tokyo Disney Resort in Urayasu, Chiba, Japan, Tokyo DisneySea is the only park inspired by the sea, ocean tales, and legends. The park features 7 themed areas, known as ports of call, for guests to explore, each with a unique theme and story. Outside the entrance of the park is the Aquasphere, which symbolizes the water planet Earth and sets the stage for the ocean-themed adventures awaiting beyond the entrance. Guests enter the park through the Mediterranean harbor, styled after an Italian port town, with Venetian gondolas that they can board and ride. The port features the Tokyo DisneySea Hotel Miracosta, various shops, restaurants, and 2 attractions, a large-scale interactive play called Fortress Explorations, and the flight motion simulator Soaring Fantastic Flight. Heading left is the American waterfront, styled after the northeastern seaboard of the United States in the early 20th century. The port's centerpiece is a large passenger ship called the SS Columbia, which hosts various shows and events. The port is separated into 3 different areas: Old Cape Cod, New York Harbor, and Toyville Trolley Park, and features 2 attractions, the interactive 4D shooter Toy Story Mania, and the accelerated drop tower dark ride Tower of Terror, which removes any connection or tie-in with the Twilight Zone television series. Next is the Port of Discovery. The Marina of the Future is home to 2 fictional societies, the Center for Weather Control and Marine Life Institute. The port features 2 attractions, the motion simulator Nemo and Friends Sea Rider, and the trackless water ride Aquatopia. Located in the back of the park is Lost River Delta, a port styled after an archaeological site in a tropical rainforest of Central America in the 1930s. The port's centerpiece is the ruins of an Aztec pyramid, which also doubles as the home of the motion simulator dark ride, the Indiana Jones Adventure, the Temple of the Crystal Skull. The port also features the Intamin roller coaster Raging Spirits, inspired by the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril roller coaster located at Disneyland Paris. Heading out of the rainforest, the next port is the Arabian coast. Recreating the universe of the Disney movie Aladdin and the world from the 1001 Arabian Nights, the architecture and atmosphere are influenced by Middle Eastern and Indian influences. The port features 3 attractions: the boat voyage dark ride Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, inspired by the story of Sinbad the Sailor, the aerial carousel Jasmine's Flying Carpets, and the Magic Lamp Theater, a live-action and animatronic-based magic show with a 3D movie featuring the genie. The port of Mermaid Lagoon allows guests to enter the palace of King Triton and visit Ariel and all her fishy friends from The Little Mermaid. Recreating the feeling of being underwater, this port is mostly indoors and features attractions aimed towards younger children. The last, but certainly not least port, is Mysterious Island, which is the home of the park's centerpiece and most prominent feature, the giant volcano Mount Prometheus. Every so often, the volcano erupts, with fire escaping from the top and bursts of steam from cracks in its side. Inspired by the science fiction stories of Jules Verne, guests make their way to Volcania Island, where they discover Captain Nemo's secret base, including a harbor for his Nautilus, as well as a lab inside the volcano. Nemo is exploring the depths of the sea and the earth, allowing guests to experience 2 of Verne's most famous adventures and most popular attractions at the park: the undersea voyage 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and the subterranean expedition Journey to the Center of the Earth. Besides visiting each of the ports on foot, DisneySea offers various means of transportation throughout the park, including the DisneySea Transit Steamer Line, where guests enjoy a relaxing voyage in a steamer boat while taking in the diverse scenery that the park has to offer from the water, and the DisneySea Electric Railway, which is a trolley guests board to enjoy the beautiful scenery of the park from above. The park has been met with overwhelmingly positive reception from both guests and the theme park industry, as they have praised its highly detailed and immersive theming, appeal to a more grown-up audience, wide selection of food and drink options, and the unique offering of attractions and live entertainment, with many stating Tokyo DisneySea is not only the best Disney park, but the best theme park ever created. DisneySea would win the THEA Award for Outstanding Achievement for Theme Park Concept Design and Construction from the Themed Entertainment Association in 2002. Besides just being a critical success, the park has been one of the most popular, as less than a year after opening, it became the fastest in the world to reach the milestone of 10 million guests, doing so only after 307 days, beating the previous record holder, Universal Studios Japan, which reached the milestone 338 days after opening. The park has consistently been one of the most visited parks in the world since 2009, breaking its attendance record in 2018 with 14.7 million guests.
While new attractions and shows have been added to the park throughout the years, its biggest expansion is still yet to come. On June 14, 2018, the Tokyo Disney Resort announced an 8th port inspired by a magical spring leading to a world of Disney fantasy, including the films Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan, would be coming to Tokyo DisneySea. Known as Fantasy Springs, the port will be separated into 3 different areas. The Kingdom of Arendelle, where guests travel by boat to experience the story of Elsa and Anna, a charming forest where Rapunzel's tower is, where guests board gondolas for a romantic tour of Rapunzel's best day ever as she journeys with Flynn to the Lantern Festival, and Neverland, where guests will fly with Peter Pan to rescue Wendy's younger brother John in a battle with Captain Hook. Besides the addition of the new port and its attractions, a brand new hotel themed to Fantasy Springs will also open inside Tokyo DisneySea as part of the expansion. With a price tag of 250 billion yen, worth $2.3 billion, construction on the new port would begin in early 2018 with a projected opening date of 2022. The Fantasy Springs expansion is just part of the Oriental Land Company's 10-year plan in which they will invest 500 billion yen, or $4.59 billion, into the Tokyo Disney Resort, making such a major investment, the licenses for both DisneySea and Tokyo Disneyland, which currently run until 2046, have now been extended to 2076, making sure that Tokyo DisneySea will be a must-visit for theme park fans for a very long time. There's no denying that Tokyo DisneySea is one of the best theme parks ever created, because of its outstanding lineup of attractions. Each port's uniquely immersive theme and ambience aimed towards an older demographic. The park is unlike anything else Disney has to offer. What makes the success of DisneySea so much more impressive is how close it came to never being built. If it wasn't for the Oriental Land Company wanting to create a completely different experience from Tokyo Disneyland, and Imagineers keeping the concept that had been rejected in Long Beach alive, we might have never experienced a world where imagination and adventure set sail. A huge thank you to Fastpass Facts for being part of this crossover episode. Our time visiting Tokyo DisneySea isn't over just yet, as we joined Fastpass Facts in their own video that explores what I consider to be the best attraction at the park, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Check out the iCard in the corner of the screen and make sure to take a gander at other Fastpass Facts videos, as they create some of the best theme park videos on YouTube. As always, thank you for watching the video and supporting the channel. We will see you next time on Theme Park Destination.